The 6 hour enduro weekend. It's always hot that weekend. Every year. Just burning up. You have the 6 hour enduro like October. But I had a friend who came all the way out to the track Saturday night for that 6 hour enduro. And I told him, hey, when you go out there, go out late. It's kind of cool to see the cars run at night. It's something you don't see every day. And he literally went all the way out to the track for one reason only. He wanted to see the R8 race cars that he saw on Instagram. He follows like Taco Gunner and a couple other guys, and he saw this R8 race car and he fell in love. He was smitten. And he went clear out to Twilla, hung out for 3 hours, did not give a shit about the race, didn't know who was in it, didn't know who was going to win it, didn't give it two shits. All he wanted to do was take pictures of the Audi R8 and look at it. That is a car guy to the T, where the car is the star. He didn't give a shit who was driving any of these cars. All he wanted to do is see the freaking Lambos, but especially the R8. That's all I want to do, see the cars. And I thought, it's true, the cars are the star. I mean, here I am, chasing down a Z06 and a Porsche GT3 RS. The Z06 is obtainable, but the GT3 RS is a car that is not obtainable for me. It'll never be obtainable for me. There's never going to be a depreciation curve that will bring that down to, let's see, am I going to get a new Camry or a Porsche GT3 RS? That conversation is never going to ever happen in the history of man. But do I like to see the car out there? Hell yeah. To me, the mix of cars is what makes road racing cool. It's like we got BMW M3s, we got Camaros, we got Mustangs, we got Lamborghinis. I wish there was more Ferraris. You hardly ever see Ferraris. Countless Porsches. We all know this is Utah. Everybody in Utah, I swear, drives a Porsche. Or if they don't drive a Porsche, their buddy drives a Porsche. And it makes it fun. The crappy thing is, the side effect of all these cool, different cars is it's really hard to say who can drive and who can't drive, if you actually care about that. Now, if the car is the star, which when people come out to this stuff, let's face it, if somebody accidentally finds his way to the track where he is not related to anybody, he is not visiting anybody, he's not doing anything, he just rolls out there, it's only for one reason: the cars of the star. Us idiots behind the wheel don't matter one iota. We could be Tom, Dick, or Harry. They wouldn't recognize us, nor do they care to ever recognize us. It doesn't matter. What matters to them is the car, because the machine is the star. We're just the operator idiot who paid for it. It's inside it. That's it. Now, if you look at it, the car guy eyes, so car guys, that's cool. Look at it through car guys. That's badass. And we're all here because 99% of us are car guys. 1% of us are actually like born racers that want to do this. And, well, it's easy to tell those guys because they're always racing in the Miata or the Spec Z class. Why? Because they want to be the stars. The Z and Miatas are all equally matched, for the most part, 95%, pretty equally matched. So it's really easy to tell who's good and who's not so good. It's like, okay, that orange car, that guy is killing everybody. It says, Spec Z class, that dude is a baller. Like, he can drive. Like, it's really easy to tell. Same thing with Miatas. It's like, the guy's running what time in a Miata? That's totally, it's like, holy crap, that's fast. Though it's somebody with racer, that's racer looking at racer facts. The thing is, when you start mixing it up, where you got GT3s, Corvette Z06s, M3s, M4s, Mustangs. I'm driving Mustangs, so I gotta throw that in there. Camaros, all that stuff. My thing is like, who's good and who's just got better machinery? That's the big, great, what if? Like, yeah, you're in a GT3, you better beat me, you know? You're in a damn GT3 RS, or you wasted, you know, a couple $100,000. But if you look at through the car guy eyes, it's like, I bought a GT3 RS. I want to drive this thing like I stole it or like it should be driven. So I'm taking it to the track. So it's like this fine line. Who's what? I mean, you watch the top guys, you know, the Thunder or whatever races they call it, you know, and you see the Lamborghini out there and all the Porsche Cup cars and all that stuff and the Audi R8s. And really, it's like, are these really the best drivers, or they just have the biggest pocketbooks, you know? Whereas when you look at the Miata guys and the 350Z guys, it's like, yeah, their money isn't the same. Granted, they're spending a shit ton of money. Trust me, I know that. But, you know, they're not Lambos, but it's like competitive. Like, the Lambo always wins, it seems like. Shouldn't it always win? I mean, isn't it kind of like a dominant machine? Isn't it kind of like the best car in the field? I mean, it'd be sad if, you know, he took 9th every race. That would be kind of bad, wouldn't it? So in that regards, it's like, racer eyes, you look at it as in, is it just buying a title? But in the car guy eyes, it's like, that's cool. You get to see a Lambo and a Porsche and an Audi all kicking butt, you know. And the Mercedes, whatever, AMGs that run around, that's another one. That's pretty sick. But yeah, to me, it's like, almost like everybody, if they want like serious bragging rights, to me, if you want serious bragging rights, you almost have to race a Miata or a 350Z. It's like, because that's the spec classes that are the biggest with the most competitors. So that is what you have to be in to kind of prove you are something or somebody. You're taking away that whole, you know, it's the car. But that's racer mentality, in my opinion. Car guy mentality is, if I showed up to a dang race and it was nothing but Miatas out there and Spec Z 350s, I would leave. Because that would be like, this is it? Like, you know, came out here to see some stuff. So yeah, so I'm ripping around trying to catch this GT3, and it's not going to happen. Oh, go look at Dave here. Passing Dave again. He hit the skids. He was very frustrated right there. I could tell. He was very frustrated. And this was not the first time he hit the skids. This is the second time he hit the skids. Because he wants a clear lap. Because that GT3 would not let him by. Absolutely wouldn't let him by. Yeah. He tried to pass him down the straight. You think he'd be cool and let him go. Maybe try to chase him down. But no. Wouldn't let him do it. So he ended up hitting the brakes. Put a huge gap. And then ran us back down again. Just because. He was running times in the low teens. I think like teens, or even maybe a 2-minute 12-second. I'm not really sure. I heard it was something around there, which is dang fast, especially for that car. But in the same token, he built a poor man's Lotus Exige, where it is about the weight of a Miata, maybe a teeny bit more, with double the horsepower and the ground with enough all the ground effects that he has on there, downforce of a Can-Am car of the 60s. So, you know, mix that in with a set of good RE71s tires, and, you know, it's a pretty light car. I mean, the car is over 1,000 pounds lighter than my car. You know, it should be pretty quick. You know, he's only down 100 horsepower, but down over 1,000 pounds. If you wonder if weight matters, weight matters. I mean, if you don't think it matters, take a fat friend, maybe a 300-pounder, throw him in the passenger seat, go autocrossing or go on the track, and tell me if you can feel the difference. The answer is yes, you're gonna feel the big difference. difference. In fact, I actually played the counterweight when we were out doing the amateur autocross, and my buddy he rode with me, and he could not believe how fast I went through the autocross course. So he wanted me to ride with him. He wanted to show me basically how his car was struggling, and he did not take in consideration the extra weight that he just adhered to his car by throwing me in the passenger seat, and found herself facing the wrong direction more than once. No, see, you can look in my rearview mirror. See, Dave, he's catching up, and I'm letting him by. Like, I hit the skids. You can see me, I'm pretty much in my lax cruising mode, because I'm like, are you gonna pass, dude? Because he can't pass me. Like, his car is not fast enough to pass me. Probably is fast enough to pass me if he didn't have that huge ass wing on the back. That huge wing. If you take that thing off, I'm sure his straight line speed would be way, way better. But with it, he couldn't get by me. So I was letting off to let him go, but he pretty much wanted just to show me that, look, I caught you again. You know, I'm cool. But since I had already slowed down for him, I'm just hanging out, cruising. And he was like way back there, and I don't even know what the heck he was doing. So I'm just cruising. This isn't the last lap, but the next thing I'm gonna do is see the checkered flags here and call it a day. Well, it wasn't actually the last run of the day, but close enough. That's it. Next one, I think, is the West, which, to be honest with you, when it comes to East-West, I'm more of an East guy. Even though I know a lot of people, talk to a lot of guys who have like kind of fast cars, that they're like, you know, they hate the East, hate it. They call it the go-kart. One guy called it the go-kart track, and I was like, I like the East. To me, it's tricky and it's fun. Like, I don't know, I think it's fun. Where the West, to me, is kind of boring. I don't know, it's just boring to me. But, you know, I'm going to run the West because it's the next one. And I need to get some time in, finish out the year strong, get ready for next year. And as I said, next year, new car maybe? I don't know. Backed out of 3 deals this year already. COVID's been having a lot of people call me. You know, it's causing a lot of people to call me, offering me deals on cars, because they all know that I've been thinking about it. So I even got an offer on a GT 500 track package edition. Yeah, I actually had the dealership call me and say, do you want this car? And then I asked him profusely, and how in God's green earth does he expect me to pay for it? Because they literally wanted like $130,000 for it. And I was like, no, that is not happening. Call somebody else. I was like, look, you got a new base model 5.0, give me a call. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know. I might get a Camaro this time. I don't know. Like I plan to, as I said, always plan to get a Camaro, but ended up getting this car for so much cheaper that I couldn't justify getting a Camaro. Or who knows? Maybe something else. We'll see. Out.